Okay, guys. I really want to touch base on this. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I just had other things going on, but we're going to get to it right now. I'm going to wait for everybody to get in here. If you're joining in this video and you're not live, just skip ahead like the 2-minute mark so I can make sure that everybody's in here before I start. So I kind of just really wanted to really touch base on this. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. This way you guys can see me a little bit better. It just seems like the camera's quite a bit off. Let me see if that looks better. I think that's pretty good now. We're waiting for everybody to get in here right now. We're going to touch base with the situation at hand, which is the Redeye GT500 ZL1. There's been some videos on that over the past, I don't know, 2 weeks. There's been like multiple channels that have done it. So I am going to be racing a GT500 in my Redeye, but not only that, I'm also going to be racing a stock GT500 in a friend's Redeye, most likely. And it's very important to do both of these runs because a lot of, I don't want to say fanboys, but there's a lot of fanboys on both sides of the fence for Dodge and for GM, and of course for Ford. So you've got people that love the ZL1, that love the GT500. Then you got people who love the Redeye and the Demon, of course, or the Hellcats. And that's fine. That's all well and good. I have a Redeye and a Hellcat, but I've also had a GT500 before. So when I talk about these, you know, head-to-head comparisons, they're not biased. Because personally, it really does not bother me if there's a car faster than mine. How could you possibly build a car and be the fastest guy in the world? It's like impossible. So it's not something I'm chasing after. I'm not chasing after being the fastest person in the world. So I don't care about any of that, to be honest. Not even one little bit. So anything that I say in these videos pertaining to which car is faster is not coming from me as far as an ego or a bias standpoint. We're talking about straight facts. And sometimes facts really upset people. So what I want to talk about now is the GT500 versus the Redeye, and which one is faster. You'll notice that Edmunds did a test, and they, at the very beginning of the video, really screwed up by saying we left both these cars completely stock the way they came from the factory, or the ZL1 was in it too. But they're like saying how they kept everything 100% stock, like right from the factory. For me, right there is a dead giveaway that whoever's doing the test has absolutely zero idea about how to race. Number one, the Redeye and the Hellcats come with crappy tires. Even the Demon tires suck. Nitto tires suck. I will argue with anybody day or night that the Nitto NT555Rs and the NT05Rs are garbage. They're not that good of a tire at all. They're just not. If you are going to go to a drag strip or you want to race on the road, wherever you're going, as long as you're in a straight line, then you really need to be using Mickey Thompson. That's just it. Like, the Street SS is good. If you're stock, if you plan on adding some power, the Street Rs are better. So you're not going to convince me that NT555Rs are great because they're really not that great of a tire. I've used them. I have experience with them and the NT05s. I used them both in my GT500. They both sucked. They were better than a street tire, but not by much. In any case, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Larry? What's up, Mark? Daily, Raul Gaming Productions. Mitchell, what's up? GMC725. Okay, so what I want to touch base on now is the fact that the GT500 comes with Michelin Pilot Cup Sport tires, which are far superior than Pirelli all season. Far superior. They're not even in the same class, which is why the Redeye lost that race. Now, some people can say, oh, well, the car's not stock. That is utter bullshit. The GT500 and the ZL1 come with sticky tires. The Redeye comes with garbage tires. That's Dodge's fault. But if you put equal tires on the Redeye, the GT500 will lose. That's a fact. It's not an argument. It's just reality. Equal condition, equal tire, equal driver. The Redeye wins in a drag strip or a race on the street. In a straight line, not a road course, a straight line. So follow me on that. Cup 2s are not built for the winter, but all seasons are all around shit tire anyway, so it's a moot point. The Redeye was at a disadvantage either way. It's the absolute worst tire you can put on a performance car. The Redeye spins with the Pirelli tires, it will spin in third gear. There is no traction, zero. So even if the GT500 lost half its traction, the Redeye had none. So it's not a fair comparison because there is literally no traction for the Redeye. Now, this is where things get interesting. There's a guy that used to work with Jason Lieberman. His name is Kamisa. And Kamisa's a really, really cool guy. I like all his reviews that he did. And he just did the GT500 versus ZL1 versus Redeye. And he had the stock Pirellis on there. And he said the Hellcats and the Redeyes are impossible to launch on the street when they're not on a prep surface. Yeah, if you're using stock Pirelli all-season tires, I launched my Redeye on the street and got a 3.40 to 60 and dead hooked. Why? Because I had Proxy R888Rs and Mickey Thompsons on it. So, no, the Redeyes and the Hellcats are not hard to launch on the street. In the dead of winter, with 900 plus wheel horsepower, my Redeye hooks. So no, it has nothing to do with any of that. If you have the proper tire on the Redeye, it will win. These are just facts. So, like, I know that people are going to, especially GT500 people are going to want to come in here and just argue, but there is no argument to be had, and I'm about to prove that. So Kamisa raced the GT500 from a roll race. They had a roll race, the Redeye versus the GT500, and guess what? The Redeye won by about 2 car lengths. So everybody said before the GT500 came out, there's no way that the Redeye was going to beat the GT500 in a roll because it was too heavy. Well, it did. It's right there on YouTube. As soon as you take traction issues out of the way, the Redeye wins every time. It's faster, it makes more power, and it's not much heavier. You guys have seen my Redeye only weighs 4,400 and change, and the GT500 is 4,200 and change. 150 to 200 pounds is not a lot of weight. It's a decent amount, but when you have 37 more horsepower, then it becomes a situation where you're kind of making up for it at that point. So there's no chance for the Shelby. Now, so we get back to the drag strip, or even the street race from a dig. Any dig race with proper tires, the Redeye wins every time. That's a fact. It's going to win every time. I'm telling you it will, because I have a Redeye, and I drove mine with stock Pirellis. I had 2 Hellcats with stock Pirellis. I've got a Hellcat sitting out in the driveway right now with only 707 horsepower, and it does 0 to 60 in 3.4 in the dead of winter. What did the Shelby do on that test with Edmunds? What was it, 3.8, 3.9? My Charger's faster with proper tires. Excuse me, I have a cold. So there's no way that I'm going to believe any of this fudgery on YouTube with the GT500. Stock for stock, it ain't beating a Redeye. As long as the Redeye driver's competent and has the right tires, it's not happening. That's just a fact. Like, I love the GT500. I'm not hating on it. I'm just trying to point out that there is no excuse to be made. Equal tires, Redeye's faster, case closed. So, I'm willing to prove that, because what is the best 0 to 60 time for a GT500? Does anybody know? Like I said, my stock Charger sitting outside, bone stock with only tires, and it ran 3.4 0 to 60 in the dead of winter, and I was still going light on the throttle because it was winter time. So in a dig race, the GT500 is not going to be able to take a Hellcat. Maybe after 40 or 50 miles an hour, it'll start pulling away, but like the 60 foot, it ain't going to beat a Hellcat in a 60 foot. And that's what everyone is saying is killing the Redeye, is the 60 foot times, because you can't launch a Redeye because the tires suck. Well, that is correct. There you go. Best 0 to 60 is 3.3 for the GT500. My stock Charger, 4,550 pound Charger, bone stock with 53 less horsepower, did 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds in the dead of winter. So there you guys go. If proper tires on a Charger Hellcat is the same as a GT500, then a Redeye is going to win. That is just a fact. With 90 more horsepower and good tires, there's no way the GT500 wins. I'm only speaking 100% truth over here. So I wanted to set that straight. So the GT500 would only beat a Hellcat, Charger, or Challenger after the 60 foot. With good tires on a street or a strip, don't matter, light to light, the 60 foot is gonna go to the Charger, Challenger, Hellcat. And if you've got a Redeye on proper tires, then the GT500 is only going to get further and further away. And we saw that when Camisa raced it from a roll. It's just not going to win. So all you have to do is eliminate the traction problem, which is take off the crappy tires Dodge gives you from the factory. Problem solved. Now, here's another thing too. I want to point this out because it's very important. 7.148 of a mile. It's not too bad. The stock GT500 averaged between 10.8 and 11.1 with the average driver. They did get a 10.6 with a professional driver at a track that was severely prepped, over-prepped, just like the Demon. And they made, from what I heard, they made dozens and dozens of passes before they got the 10.6. Now, what I will tell you guys is there is a GT500 right now that has a small pulley, 1050 IDX injectors, E85, intake, X-pipe with no cats, like a cat delete. Also has a ported blower and throttle body, and he ran 997 at 143, okay? More mods than I have. I don't have a ported blower, and I don't have a ported throttle body. I don't have any of that. I just have bolt-ons. And I had a bad 60-foot time because I was racing in November, which was the winter. It was like a 1.58, so I could have done better. But in any case, his 60-foot time was the same as mine. In fact, his 60-foot time was a little bit better than mine. He ran 997 at 143. I ran 95 at 148. That's not even close, and I have less mods than he does. That's the truth. You can go back and watch my videos. So I have less mods, and if I had the same 60-foot time that he had, I would have ran 9.4. So we're talking about a half a second difference with less mods. If I go with a ported blower and a Kong throttle body, which is the equivalent of a ported throttle body, and retune, I would gain about 60 wheel horsepower. My car would be doing 9.1 at 151, 152, or 150, 151, depending on the DA. So we're talking about almost a full second difference and like 7-8 miles an hour difference right there with the equal mods. That is not attainable with the same mods. The car is not performing like a Redeye in a straight line. It's just not, and that's just a fact. So no, my car was full interior at 9.5 with a slower 60 foot than the GT500 and less mods, might I add. Excuse me. So Redeyes are monsters when they hook. That is 100% fact. As long as you got the right tires, a stock GT500 is not beating a Redeye. This is just not happening. It's just not. Unless you weigh 400 pounds and you're obese and the guy racing the GT500 is a skinny twig, then maybe. But with relatively the same size drivers and same conditions, same tires, GT500 will lose 4 out of 5 races. It's just the way it is. Like, I love the car, and to be honest, if I could afford to go buy one right now, I would. But the reality is it's not faster in a straight line than the Redeye. It's faster in the corners, but here's where the big problem lies. The GT500 is not faster in the corners than the ZL1 1LE. It's not. And it's also, the GT500 has more horsepower. If you take a 1LE ZL1 and you gave it a pulley and a tune, so it makes like an extra 80 horsepower, GT500 will never touch it. Not in a road course. So it's like the GT500 is in between the ZL1 and the Redeye. It's not as fast in a straight line as the Redeye, whether that be strip or street, and it's not as fast around a road course as a ZL1. It already lost to the ZL1. They blame the tires, which could have hurt it a little bit, but if you give a little bit of power to the ZL1, which could be attained very cheap, you can get a ZL1 1LE now for less than a GT500, far less, and a pulley and a tune's only going to run you a couple of grand, and you're going to beat the shit out of that GT500 around a road course. So the reality is it's not as fast as a Redeye in a straight line, and it's not as fast in the curves as a ZL1. It's kind of in between. It's the best of both worlds, which if you ask me is fantastic engineering. Like, I can't argue with Ford. They did a great job. My only beef is anybody who says a GT500 stock for stock in a straight line is faster than a Redeye. It's not happening. Sorry. It's just not. That's just the reality. The carbon fiber track pack GT500 is faster than a ZL1 1LE on a road course. And it should be, because it's all carbon fiber and it has 100 more horsepower. But again, if you give the ZL1 an extra 60 or 70 horsepower, the GT500 will lose. The ZL1 1LE, in my opinion, is the best track car bang for buck. Nothing can touch it in a track. You can bring up the GT500 all day, and I can throw horsepower at the ZL1, and the GT500 is just going to keep losing. And I don't even have a GM product as far as a car is concerned, but I'm just speaking truthful facts here, that the ZL1 is a road course king. That's what it is. It's very few cars are going to compete with the ZL1 1LE. I mean, the ZR1 is right up there. The Porsche GT2 and GT3 RS cars, way faster, of course. Viper ACR. But if you're going to put a GT500 against the ZL1 1LE on a road course with equal power, it's not going to happen. Stock for stock, the ZL1 is still faster unless you have the GT500 carbon fiber track pack. But then for them, the cost of that car is $120,000, $110,000. I can just go get a ZL1 and put $3,000 in it, and smoke it all day long around the road course. So I guess it each to their own, but that's just, the reality of the situation. So I'm trying to read comments right now. No, the GT500 is not faster stock for stock. There's 2 Redeyes at my track right now that are going 10.2 at 136 bone stock. GT500 is not going 10.2 bone stock. Oh my God. Like, look, I'm not trying to ridicule anybody, but there's a GT500 right now. Like I just said, it's E85, injectors, catless pipes, ported blower, ported throttle body, small ass pulley, and a dyno tune went 997. 997, guys. Okay? At 143. There are 2 stock Redeyes at my drag strip that are running 10.2 at 136 and 999 at 135. Like, I'm telling you guys, I go to the drag strip. If you agree with me, good. If you don't, good. I'm cool either way. But I'm telling you, the GT500 is not faster at the drag strip. It's just not. And I'm at the drag strip with the Redeye all the time. I'm telling you guys, stock Redeyes go low 10s. There's 2 guys at my strip doing it. There's 2 guys or 3 guys in Florida. There's another guy in California went 10.3 at 137. So there's no GT500 right now running 10.2 bone stock. It's not happening, guys. It's not. In fact, Speed Phenom just overheated his transmission, and the damn thing's bone stock. So I don't want to get into the belittling of the car, but the GT500 is not up to par for drag racing. And I'm really sorry, but the GT500 is not a drag-focused car. It's not. It is a balanced street car, strip car, and road course car. It's balanced is what it is. It's not meant to live in a straight line. That's not what that car was designed for. It's like taking, a Porsche GT2 RS and putting it on a drag strip. It'll get smoked by almost everything. What do they run? I don't even know offhand, but I'm pretty sure if I was to guess, a GT2 RS runs high 10s or mid 10s. That's slow as shit for a $200,000 car. That's slow as balls. Like, my stock Charger Hellcat can almost go through neck and neck with a GT2 RS. It's just not meant for a drag strip. Like, the GT500 is not a drag king. That's not what it was meant for. And I think people are just getting this over-emotional excitement in their mind, and that's just not what that car was meant for. I guarantee you're going to see a lot of GT500s with blown transmissions and blown axles and all kinds of shit in the next year. It was not meant to go to the drag strip and run 8s. That's not what that car was meant for. In any case, that dual clutch has been fucking up big time because the car is not meant for drag racing. It is a track and street focused car. That's what it is. And one hell of a car, might I add. Like I said a bunch of times, I would own the shit out of that car if I had the money for it. But you know, I can't sit here and lie to you guys, and I'm not going to lie to myself and say that this is faster than this when it clearly isn't. So I'm going to try to read some more comments. I don't want to make this video go on too long. I just really wanted to point this out. If you don't believe me, go watch the roll race on Camisa's channel. The GT500 got smoked pretty bad in a roll race, both cars stock. So it's not even close, guys. The 200 pounds don't make up for 40 horsepower and all that torque disadvantage. Remember, the GT500 makes 625 pound-feet of torque. The Redeye makes like, oh God, like 707. We're talking almost 100 pound-foot of torque. That's a lot. That's why the 60-foot times will never be better on a GT500 in equal conditions and equal mods, equal drivers. Ever. Never, because it's lacking the torque. And so it's not going to chew the 60-foot times as good. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I appreciate that, Bob. There's no beating around the bush. Like I said, I love all cars. Will my Redeye beat up a Viper around a track? Hell no. Will my Redeye beat a Bugatti Veyron in the drag strip? Maybe, because it's heavily modded. I know I don't have the fastest car out there, and I don't plan to pretend that I do. I just want the truth to be out there so that if you guys are feeling bummed that Redeyes are losing to GT500s, they're not. These people really are clueless. Edmonds has deleted all my comments because they're clowns. They have no idea of how to race. William, you obviously didn't hear what I said. A stock GT500 and a stock Redeye, equal drivers, proper tires on the Redeye, in a straight line, GT500 is going to lose almost every time. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of the video. Best tires for any car, Hellcat or Scat Pack, Toyo Proxy, R888R. You will dead hook every single time. If you've got a Redeye or a Demon, then the Mickey Thompson Street R's. Best tire you're going to get for the money. I dead hook almost completely every time in my Redeye, and I'm making over 900 wheel, like 920, 930. So, great tires, guys. The ZR1 is nasty. Just straight nasty. GT500 ain't going to touch a ZR1. Not a chance. Excuse me, guys. I'm sick still. But, no, the GT500 is a great car, but people just have to learn to accept the car for what it is. The GT500 is not Venom kills demons. Absolutely not. It can't even beat a Redeye. There is no way it's beating a demon. There's all these demons out there running high nines, bone stock. GT500's running high nines with E85 conversions. There's no way, guys. Not a chance. Most demons and Redeyes with E85 are high 8s, low 9s. It's just, people might say, oh, with a transmission tune, the GT500 is going to be faster. Of course. Then it'll blow, possibly. But if it doesn't blow, you ain't shedding a second off your quarter-mile time just by changing the tune on the transmission. You might get 2/10, so now you run 9.6. My car's already going to be running 9.1. It's just chasing an inevitable loss when it comes to that comparison. A GT500 will not beat a Demon on pump gas at a drag strip. Not even close. It makes 808 horsepower. It makes more power than the Redeye, and the Redeye is doing 10.2 bone stock. No, a stock Demon on pump gas with a driver who knows how to drive with Mickey Thompson tires is going to go 10 flat. 10 flat to 10.1, 10.3, very, very, very low 10s. With a proper driver who knows how to drive his Demon on pump gas, there isn't a chance in hell that a stock GT500 is beating him. Stock GT500s are in the high 10s. Demons and Redeyes are in the low 10s. It's not close. I just want to set the tone straight. That's all I want to do, because there's way too many people that don't understand. Okay, William, the Redeye just came out last year. They tuned my transmission. I didn't get more than 1/10 of a second out of that transmission tune. Probably less than that. In order for a GT500 to beat the Redeye, it needs to shave 1/2 a second off its time without any mods. Because you can't put E85 on a GT500 and do a transmission tune and then race a stock Redeye. That makes no sense. So stock for stock, the GT500 is half a second slower. There's no transmission tune's going to shave half a second off. You only shift gears 4 times. That's it. 4 times in the quarter mile. What gear do you go through into the GT500? I heard the GT500 goes through in 5th, and they're trying to tune it to go through in 4th. So that will save you 1 shift, which is 40 milliseconds or 60 milliseconds. Then you're going to save the shifting times of the other gears, and you're going to get the RPMs up a little bit. So you're going to shave, what, 10 milliseconds by 4? 40 milliseconds plus 60, it's 100 milliseconds. And then you're going to have a higher RPM, so you're going to save yourself 1/10 of a second. That's not going to get you a half a second. A transmission tune is not going to shave half a second. Guys, I want the GT500 to be fast because I'm all about fast cars. So I would just go buy one. I'd trade in for one. If I thought the GT500 was faster than the Redeye, I would go trade in for one. I personally don't give a shit which car is faster. But I can't stand by and watch YouTube spread lies. Been racing for 20 years, guys. A transmission tune is not going to shave a second off your time. It's not going to shave half a second unless you've got the worst transmission in the history of mankind and it shifts so slow. We're talking like half a second shifts. Then maybe you'll save some time. This GT500 shifts at lightning speeds. There is not much more you're going to be able to do with the transmission to shave that kind of time off, guys. I'm telling you, it's not happening. I told everybody that car was going to run 10.8, and look what it did. Between 10.8 and 11.1, it took a pro driver on a severely over-prepped track with dozens of passes to get one 10.6 run, yet the Redeye's running 10.2 consistently every single pass at my local drag strip. So, I'm just speaking truth. You don't have to believe it. It's totally up to you. But I know it's true because, yeah, I agree. Oh, and by the way, anybody who's calling me a liar, go watch my video of the GTR Skyline versus my Redeye. I race a stock Redeye, and he runs 10.3. It's in the video. You can't lie. There's no way to lie about that. Full interior, that guy, all he had was a tire, and he ran 10.3. Not going to happen in a GT500. The fact is there. I don't lie, guys. The video proof is there. I speak nothing but truth. So anybody who disagrees with me, that's totally fine. Doesn't make my point invalid, though. I appreciate that, Eric. I'm just looking at the cars and telling you guys the facts. That's it. There's no hate whatsoever for either car. There isn't. If I could choose between the GT500 and the 1LE, I probably would go with the 1LE, only for the simple fact that I already have a drag car. So if you don't have a Dodge, you buy the GT500. If you've got a Dodge, you get the ZL1, because then you got the baddest track car and the baddest road car, the ZL1 and the Redeye. If you don't own either and you want the best of both worlds, you get the GT500. But you're not going to be no track monster and track king with a GT500 or a ZL1 for that matter. Let's just read some comments here. I'm sorry, I've been pretty sick this last week, so I haven't had a chance to get a lot of videos out there. 1066 is still too slow, Muhammad. Still too slow. The Redeyes at my track are going 10.2, and another guy's going 9.99s. There's another guy in Florida that went 10.3. 1066 is still too slow. Quite a bit slower. Motor Boobs comments. Here we go. I'm just reading through comments at this point in time. William, the more I talk, the more I sound stupid. Okay, so let's get this straight, William. Since you obviously don't understand. I'm not sure how old you are, William, but if you're under 14 or under 20, please take my advice, because the entire time you've been alive, I've been racing. I'm not Mr. Know-It-All, but I'm telling you right now, mark my words that I said this in this video. You are not going to see a stock GT500. That means no transmission tuning. I mean bone stock, full interior. You will never see them run 10.1 or 10 flat bone stock. Ever. It's not going to happen. It's just not. So why can't we just accept the fact that it's a badass car, but it's not a Venom Kills Demons? Because it's not. It's just not. And it really upsets me that people could believe lies instead of just opening their eyes and understanding physics and numbers and reality, which is just beyond me. Like, I don't get it. He's still data logging his Redeye. Ah, that's hilarious. The race is won at the tree too. Yeah, so you red light, you lose, obviously. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, Michael. Yeah, William. I mean, the GT5, the Mustang 500 track pack, whatever you put on that car, the quarter mile is not going to go down to 10 flat stock. It's just, I'm talking about a straight line. If you're going to go to a road course, I'm not going to bring the Redeye to take on a GT500. I'm going to bring a Viper ACR, and I'm going to walk out with the victory. That's just how I would handle that. Or I bring a ZL1 with a pulley and a tune. And that's going to win too. So I think the fastest GT500 will go in very good conditions and completely stock form 10.3. You know, I can agree with that. I could see it. I could see a stock GT500 going 10.3. I could. 10.3, 10.4. Yeah, it's good. I could see that being with a very, very, very good driver, good tires, and good DA. Yep. I could see it. I won't disagree. It's a fast car. It'll do it. It ain't going to run 10 flat, though. It ain't happening. Redeyes have already done that. That's the only thing. If you were to line up 10 Redeyes with proper tires and 10 GT500s and the bone stock right at the tree or on the street, equal drivers and conditions, out of 10 races, GT500 is going to win maybe one. Maybe. I don't even know if it'll win that one race in equal conditions. It's just the way it is. Yeah, car and driver got 11.3 out of the GT500, yet they got 10.8 out of the Redeye. Go figure. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell, but facts can't be, reasoned with. Facts are facts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with CPO GTO. Dodge screwed up with those stupid tires. They really did. Thanks so much, Musk. I appreciate it, buddy. My sources tell me that Driveway Demons has a crystal ball and knows it all. No. I wish you were telling the truth, but unfortunately, I'm just a car lover enthusiast that studies like you guys do and just been doing it for 20 years. But I far from know everything. Not even close. Not even close. I do know a little bit, which is why I'm sharing that knowledge with you guys right now. I do know a little something, but nobody knows everything. Life is all about learning and living and enjoying, and every day I learn something new, which is why I'm trying to share the wealth of knowledge and explain to you guys what I know, so that you guys, if you don't already know, will know. If you know, you know kind of deal. There's a link to my other channel while we're chatting right now. That's a link to my new vlog channel I posted twice. Go subscribe. Need to get it to 1,000 ASAP. Lots of content coming over there. The Jake Paul and Anson Gibb fight I just reacted to. That's going up tonight. That was a shit show, to say the least. I swear if a dumbass YouTube channel posts a video about the GT500 beating a Redeye against a shit young driver, it's hilarious. Why don't you take your ass to their event? Having an event soon. Why don't you take yours and see what you can do with it stock for stock? My car's not stock, William, and there's no GT500 right now that's going to touch my car, because the fastest GT500 on record is 997. I'm already running 9.5. So there's no GT500 in this country right now that's going to touch my car. And it's not bragging. Like, I'm just saying it's reality. Like, so no. Peace out, Smoke. Thanks for watching. John, I did not see your comment. What's up, Daniel? I didn't even realize you were in here, bro. What's up, Marco? Sack. What's up, Medina? Oh yeah, I gotta get up with Omi and a Hellcat. We were supposed to get up together. He's been missing in action. Yeah, Steven, I agree. Or Steve, the GT500 will beat a Redeye on a road course, for sure. Look at what Motor Trend just did with the Hellcat Redeye. They gave it a quarter mile and a half mile and still lost 2 cars. Wait, what? I don't understand the comment. I don't get the comment, John. Sorry, I don't get it, because there's been no half-mile race with the GT500 against the Redeye that I know of. And if there was, the Redeye would win. It already won a roll race. They went from like a 40 roll to 160, which is basically a third of a mile, and the Redeye was still pulling at the top end when Camisa let off. So in a roll race, equal drivers, doesn't really matter about the tires at this point from a roll race. From a 40 roll, Redeye wins every time. Every time. There's no way GT500 pulls in a Redeye. They already did that, and the Redeye won. So that's a no-brainer right there. Believe me, the guy in here named Daniel has a Redeye, and I'm not sure how he feels about it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he told me he's down. He'll let me drive his stock Redeye against the stock GT500. And I'll prove it. I have no problem proving it. John, I'll watch it, but I'm telling you that Redeye versus GT500, I've already harped on it enough in this video. I'm not going to change my mind. They're facts. That's just the way it is. I appreciate that, Doom. I try to keep it real. I love my cooks. I really do, Mark. Oh, yeah, by the way, the Fast and the Furious trailer came out, and the Redeye Charger is in it, just like I said it would be. So it's coming. The 1320s are great, Zach. Redeye Trackhawk would be nice, but probably not. They still got the Hellcat Durango. So that's going to be coming out. With a proper auto instead of a DCT, the GT500 would likely beat a Redeye. GT500s cannot launch even with drag tires. It appears that the GT500 is trapping 2 to 3 miles per hour better, though. Not really. The GT500 stock trapped 134, and the Redeyes I've seen doing 136. So not really. They're not more power in the top end. They're just not. But the reality of the situation is the transmission in the Redeye is better. I agree with that. The transmission in the Redeye is better for drag racing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you look at it. The Redeye's faster in a straight line. In any configuration, street, strip, roll race, street roll race, doesn't matter. Half mile, third mile, quarter mile, equal driver's tires, Redeye wins every time. Road course, that's a different story, guys. Kenny, no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all the GT500's trap times, and I've seen a lot of Redeye trap times. They're not better. They're about the same or a little bit less than the Redeye on average. And I'm talking about like dozens and dozens of Redeyes and all the GT500s that are out there racing right now. The trap speeds are pretty close, but the Redeye's got a faster speed. I mean, it wins in a roll race. That means it's trapping faster. It's just how it is. I will definitely watch it, John Scott. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll have some more PS4 content coming this week. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Tang Stang claims to kill Demonology. Not a chance. Not a chance. How does Tang Stang think he's going to beat Demonology when Demonology's running 9 flat and 9.1 and he's running 9.97? He just thinks he's going to shed a second off his time. These GT500 guys, they're trying to create hype. They're trying to create hysteria on YouTube and get likes and get comments and build their channels, and all they're doing it for is attention. The reality is the GT500 is not beating Redeyes in equal conditions, mods, and drivers. It's just not. You run what you brung. That's what they say. But if we're talking about a stock GT500 and Redeye, we've already been down that road multiple times. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely heavy. Even 970, Muhammad, he's got extra mods than I do. He's got a ported blower and a ported throttle body. And I'm still... And he's got a better 60-foot time than I did. The average Redeye with E85 is running 9.3 at 150. That's a far cry, guys. Let me explain physics right quick. And I'm going to try to do this without confusing the living shit out of everybody. The difference between 9.3 and 9.7 is 0.4 of a second, right? That's about the equivalent in difference of running 11 flat in 12.2. We're talking a big difference. 9.4 to 9.7, or 9.3 to 9.7, we're talking like 2 or 3 car lengths in the quarter mile. You guys have to understand that as you get into the 10s and the 9s, every 10th is a bigger gap than it was before. which is why you can take a Hellcat in the 11s or high 10s and get it to the low 10s cheap, but getting it to the low 9s is very expensive. As you get into faster times, smaller margins are equal or greater gaps in the quarter mile. For example, when I raced the stock Redeye that ran 10.2 and I ran 9.5, that's only 0.7 of a second, but there was literally 7 car lengths. So the difference between Tangstang in my car would be like 3 or 4 car lengths. Even though it's 9.4, 9.3 to 9.7, that is a massive difference. You guys have to understand the difference between 143 and 148 is huge in trap speeds. Like, it's just excruciating. The difference is very, very obvious. Let's see. Yeah, Motor Boobs could beat shit. He could beat nothing, that guy with his blown red eye. Wide body. I definitely want to add it to the collection. Live your best life for sure, guys. Yeah, 0.7 is forever in a drag race. So the difference between the heavily modded GT500 and my car is almost half a second. And in the 9s, a half a second is huge. It's not even close. Like I said, that's the equivalent of a 12-second car racing an 11-second car. That's just the way it is. Or a car that runs 14 and a car that runs 17. It's like 5 car lengths. You guys have to understand physics and drag racing and have experience to really understand how much of a difference low 9 and high 9 is. It's huge. I'm just going through. I really want to know when a Charger, Demon, whatever, actually is. Probably in the next 6 to 8 months. Stock GT50 versus Scat Pack. Ugh. Steve, it depends. I don't know. It depends. Oh, that is gonna be close, brother. I don't know. One's got 485, one's got 460, and the most badass transmission ever made. Do not sleep on a GT, okay? The transmission in the 5.0 is better than the GT500 in my opinion. That transmission is absolutely insane. They only weigh 3,700 pounds, by the way. So they're about 400 pounds lighter and only have 20 horsepower less and have a magnificent transmission. Oh my God. I think the Mustang's going to win, honestly. That's just my opinion. But yeah. I think the 5.0 will take that, man. I really do. If it's a manual, it'll lose. If it's the old GT, it'll lose. If it's the new 2017-18 GT with the new 10-speed, a stock Scat Pack can't get away from that. It's just not going to happen. So you see, I'm not biased, guys. I'm not biased at all. I love Dodge, but truth is truth. Let's see. Oh, thanks so much, Larry. I really appreciate that, buddy. Undisputed Mopar has since the 50s been out front more than any other manufacturer when it comes to drag racing. Demons and Red Eyes prove this. Yeah, I agree, 100%. It's no hate for anybody else, just truth and facts. Let's see, Billy Buckermer. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. I really am. For drag racing, the GT makes a lot more sense than a GT500. Lighter, proven transmission, Coyote can hold the power, and if you crash your car, you can repair it. That's well said, bro. I agree, 100%. I agree 100% with what Billy just said. If you want to go drag racing, forget the GT500. Go buy yourself a 2018 5.0, get you some twin turbos, get a tune on that transmission, tune the car, you're making like 700-800 wheel, you're running like high 9s, mid to low 9s easily. Destroy a GT500, and you're only going to have like 35,000 in the car and like 8,000 in mods, maybe 10 grand. You have 45,000 in the car max, and you'll smoke a GT500, and that's facts. That was a really good comment. I have to definitely say that. That's great. GT500, in fact, does not weigh 4080. It weighs more like 4225. A transmission tune's is not going to get the 60 foot into the 1.2 and the 1.3. There's demons doing 1.2 and 1.3, and Redeye's doing 1.3 and 1.4. You're not going to see a GT500 in the 1.2, and if you do, you're going to see blown axles and blown transmissions. It's not a drag car. That's the problem that people don't understand. The base GT500 weighs 4170. Well, I saw one on a scale. It weighed 4225. We can't just go off what Speed Phenom says. There's got to be more than just one car weighed. Ford lists it as 4225 with full tank of gas, so it's quite heavy. Yeah, Demon weighs about the same as a GT500, so there's no way a GT500's beating it. Not a chance. Ha, Julio. Julio, I love Hondas, bro. I love Type Rs. Just making sure I didn't miss no comments. Oh, I didn't see Rush Shift beat the 5.0. I did not see that. C8 twin turbo is going to destroy everything. Nothing's going to beat a C8 twin turbo. Nothing. That shit's going to be like running a quarter mile 9.5 stock. Guaranteed. That shit's going to be insane. The Fairlane was an awesome car too. Yeah, so I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys liked it. Don't want to stay on here too long. I think we've been on this 45 minutes. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to have some more uploads for you this week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Everybody who super chatted, thank you so much. The super chats, sharing the channel, liking, commenting really helps the video. There's another link right there in the comment section. Click it. Go subscribe to my vlog channel. That channel is going to get all kinds of content. Need to get it to 1,000 subscribers ASAP. Traveling, all kinds of shit's going to be on there, guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll pound the camera. There we go. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a great day. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm not biased. I absolutely love the GT500, but the facts just have to be facts. I'm sorry. I can't read all that. Not going to. Take care, Billy, GMC PJ, Larry, and everybody else in here. Thank you so much, guys. Musk, thanks for your super chat as well as Larry. I appreciate all that you guys do to support the channel. Share the video with everyone. Comment and watch the video. It really helps. And, of course, the other vlog is in there in the chat again. We'll see you guys in the next upload. Take care. Have a great day.